How do you get the buy-in for, hiring a social media agency, for centralizing this stuff? I mean,
sorry about that.
Yeah.
I went on a bit of a tangent, which I tend to do because it is so all over the place. So the buy-in started out at, we could call it the groundswell of my organization. Had to deal with, initially assistant brand managers, associates, the BMs, SBMs. Work your way up, have them get confidence in you. Let them understand you're accessible. You're the expert in this. You get it. I was able to be armed with that by working with great partners, directly with a lot of fantastic publishers, and we have a stable of agencies. 360i, I just want to say, they head up our social media right now, or one of the main agencies in social media. I also have, obviously, the development agencies and media contacts as our traditional media, and we look at them differently as far as from traditional digital, which I call it, to social media. So this reorganization, I should say, we end up coming up with a reorganization because we were able to prove it to the decision makers at the time, to the people who were...
Decision makers being the CMO?
Well, the decision makers, I'm sorry, being the brand managers, up to the marketing directors. So they started to get it, and as you kind of get through that approval process, you build your way up, you build up the credibility, say, hey, now I'm talking to a marketing director, and they get it. And then once you're working with a couple of marketing directors and spending a significant amount of dollars, continually proving, validating with market research, with metrics. I was fortunate enough to get the ear of our CMO. I do have almost weekly, bi-weekly meetings with him now to understand what's going on. He's a huge, he's the reason we are able to make such a dynamic shift. There is a comfort level with the research that we were able to do, prove that there was scale, and really have Reckitt, from the CMO down at this point, embrace digital and restructure both internally and even on the agency now. We're going through some agency restructuring to really integrate the two media. It's what I see as being necessary for the 21st century of marketing and advertising.
I'm curious to hear your point of view on this, Sarah, how you're seeing this across clients, and what are the big motivating factors that actually really get the key decision makers to buy into this idea?
It's interesting. I mean, social media doesn't fit squarely into organizational paradigms. It could sit in PR, it could sit in customer service, it could sit in media. Media tends to have more budget, so it's easier to get it out of media. But then the whole concept of people having a conversation and you can't control it can be a bit of a challenge. And oftentimes we work with marketers to explain to them that there's the carrot and the stick, right? So the carrot is, hey, there's a great opportunity to have a conversation with your customers without a middleman, without media, without a distributor. You can actually have a fantastic direct conversation, listen to them and understand what they're talking about. But then when the marketer hears, oh wait, you have to cede control of your brand, then they get a little bit freaked out. That's when you have to introduce the stick. The stick is people are talking about your brand whether you like it or not. And so you can listen, adapt, put together a smart strategy and converse, or you can go like this. Going like this is not a strategy. So we kind of recommend listening and then reacting.
Even a packaged goods brand, I mean, even a Lysol, people are talking about Lysol.
Well, people are talking about challenges. Hey, people are talking about swine flu, right? Yep. And you can get into the conversation. You can kind of have adjacent editorial, right? If there are conversations going on specifically about a particular topic and you have a solution to help with that topic, why shouldn't you insert yourself? You're providing a solution to a marketer, to a consumer.
Are some brands still holding back?
Yeah.
And why? I guess that's the bigger question.
I think there's definitely a fear factor associated with it. I mean, the fact that we've got a sold out audience here is a great testament to the fact that the fear factor is not nearly as strong as it has been. Or
maybe it's a testament that it is and people are looking for answers.
It's not scary, don't worry. No, I think one of the challenges has been, to one degree, there are big brands that have done amazingly exciting social marketing programs. The Whopper Sacrifice, Dove's Campaign for Real Beauty. There are some really phenomenal programs that have been out there. And then a marketer or a brand manager is looking at that and saying, there's no way in hell I'm going to get my CMO to buy into this. This is just so beyond the 30-second spot. I can't figure out how to sell this in. I think Mark's a great testament to being able to see the value in it and sell that through, but that's not necessarily something that everybody has taken the step to do that. And the other point is, to the measurement part. How do you tie that back into metrics that traditional marketers or marketers with the budgets actually can understand.